Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are quickly approaching the second half of 2026, and the tech community is already buzzing with rumors about the upcoming M6 MacBook Pro. If you are currently sitting on an older Intel Mac, or even an M1 or M2, you are probably trying to figure out if the end of this year is the right time to pull the trigger on an upgrade. Today, we are going to dive deep into all the leaked specifications, the massive architectural upgrades, and a few harsh realities about the physical design that Apple probably doesn't want you focusing on. We also need to talk about a global hardware shortage that might completely derail Apple's traditional release schedule, so let's get right into it. To understand where we are going, we first need to look at where we are. Late last year, Apple introduced the incredibly capable M5 chip, rolling it out across the standard MacBook Pro, the iPad Pro, and even the Vision Pro. Just a few months ago, in March of 2026, they followed up with the heavy-hitting M5 Pro and M5 Max MacBook Pros. While these machines are absolute powerhouses, they are still utilizing the exact same physical chassis design that Apple debuted back in 2021. It is undeniably a fantastic design, giving us back our MagSafe charging, crucial ports, and that stunning mini LED promotion display, but after 5 years, consumers are understandably hungry for a visual overhaul. This brings us to the biggest rumor currently dominating the tech space, the highly anticipated OLED MacBook Pro. If you are planning to buy the baseline M6 MacBook Pro and expecting a groundbreaking OLED redesign, you need to temper your expectations right now. Historically, Apple loves to stretch the lifespan of their entry-level Pro designs to maximize production efficiency and profit margins. When the completely redesigned M1 Pro and Max launched with the notch and new ports, Apple famously kept the standard baseline M1 and later the M2 trapped in the older 2016 chassis with the Touch Bar. They didn't unify the design language until the M3 generation. Because of this established pattern, it is almost guaranteed that the baseline M6 will retain the exact same mini LED chassis as the current M5. The jaw-dropping, ultra-thin OLED displays will almost certainly be locked behind a paywall, reserved exclusively as a premium feature for the more expensive M6 Pro and M6 Max models. While the lack of an OLED display on the entry-level model might be slightly disappointing, what the baseline M6 lacks in exterior redesigns, it completely makes up for under the hood. The M6 generation will mark Apple's grand introduction to TSMC's revolutionary 2nm manufacturing process. By shrinking the transistors down to 2 nanometers, Apple can pack billions more of them onto the exact same piece of silicon. For you, this means a massive leap in both raw computing performance and thermal efficiency. Your Mac will run incredibly cool, the fans will rarely need to spin up, and battery life will likely push past previous boundaries. On top of that, strong leaks indicate that the baseline GPU will finally be bumped up to 12 cores, a fantastic step up from the 10-core limit we've been accustomed to. As for memory and storage, Apple will likely play it safe, maintaining the current solid baseline of 16 GB of unified memory and 1 TB of SSD storage, with the usual pricey upgrade tiers for power users needing 24 GB or 32 GB of RAM. The most unpredictable factor right now, however, is the actual release date. The entire tech industry is currently grappling with a severe global shortage of RAM and unified memory chips. Because Apple physically solders these memory modules directly next to the processing cores to achieve their blazing fast speeds, they are incredibly vulnerable to this specific supply chain bottleneck. Ideally, Apple wants to hit their usual October or November launch window to capitalize on the 2026 holiday shopping season. But, if this memory shortage continues to heavily impact production, we could realistically see the M6 MacBook Pro delayed until February or March of 2027. Fortunately, because Apple is likely keeping the exterior design and baseline memory specifications identical to the current generation, the pricing structure should remain completely stable. You can expect to pay the exact same starting price for the M6 as you would for today's baseline M5 MacBook Pro, meaning you are essentially getting that massive 2 nanometers perfo performance boost at no extra cost. Knowing that the baseline model probably won't get the OLED treatment, are the internal 2 nanometers architecture and the 12-core GPU upgrades enough to make you finally upgrade your setup? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want to stay up to date with the most accurate Apple news and reviews, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you in the next one.